Verse 22, so it was, when the camels had finished drinking, that the man took a golden nose ring weighing half a shekel, and 2 bracelets for her wrist weighing 10 shekels of gold, and said, whose daughter are you? Tell me, tell me please, is there room in your father's house for us to lodge? So she said to him, I am the daughter of Bethuel, Milcah's son, whom she bore to Nahor. Moreover, she said to him, we have both straw and feed enough and room to lodge. When the man bowed down his head and worshipped the Lord.
So
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, didn't mean to cut you off. But so this is where the tango starts. In the Middle East, back then and even today, marriages, the proposal phase is a dance. You don't just go and ask a woman, will you marry me? There's this dance. If you like a girl and your parents are okay with it, or if the mother spoke with a matchmaker or a lady around town that knows everybody, and she found somebody suitable, she's nagging at the dad, like, hey, there's this girl, a very reputable family, and she's apparently very sweet and beautiful and hardworking. She can really cook well. It's not even a joke. I mean, it sounds funny to our ears. But
She's got great hips, going to give us many children, grandchildren.
Load-bearing hips. and yeah, that's the conversation that the mother will have. Then bring the father in, and then they'll be like, what do you think, son? We don't really care what you think sometimes. But then they'll grab a box of chocolates or some other sweets. They'll grab some bouquets of flowers, and they'll go to they'll first send word to the lady that they're prospecting, to her family, and say, would we be welcome to come? And after those preliminary talks, then you'd go with the box of chocolates and your flowers, and then you would talk, the bride price, the dowry, and this, that, and the other, and you'll sit down, have tea and coffee and cookies and spanakopita's and whatever, but this is how it starts. This is where it starts for them. Is he brings out the gold, and it's a lot of gold, 20.5 shekels of gold. Now, like you were saying earlier offline, the bride price was between 20 and 50 shekels of silver. Mm-hmm. And this guy comes with 10 camels. And if we didn't notice, like, we should have known already, this is a dangerous time. There's no police force out in the country. There's highwaymen, there's brigands, there's, people that are up to no good on the roads. So you don't travel alone. You travel in a caravan. And, Eliezer says, is there room in your father's house for us to lodge? So, even if we didn't know from common sense, he's saying, there's other men with me.
Right.
And he's bringing out this gold, and she's thinking to herself, well, that's definitely worth more than my labor. If he's doing this as a thank you, he's way overpaying. 140, 200 gallons of water for these camels, and probably for the men also, now that I'm thinking about it. It's not worth that much gold. It's probably not worth that much silver. So it's clicking in her head like, oh, there's something going on here. Mm-hmm. And then he says, and then she she does her part by introducing herself. I am the daughter of, and so she's presenting her pedigree. And then later on, we'll see Eliezer actually doing the same thing, but she realizes what needs to happen now. I need to get him home to my parents to talk it through. This is what he wants. And look, from everything I can tell about this man, the way he talks and the way his generosity, he's a kind man, he's a generous man, he's a wealthy man. She still doesn't know that he's not the source of the wealth itself, but she's looking at him, she's like, okay, he is, from what I can tell, a suitable suitor. And so I need to take the next step. Here's my pedigree. Yes, we got room.
So you mentioned about how a bridegroom or the groom's family would confront the family of the bride to offer money, blah, 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 to get her. But he directly gives money to her straight without the family knowing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so is this for lack of better words, a ploy on his part to win favor?
Kinda. He wants to see what she's gonna do, and like he doesn't know who she is yet. He wants to tease that information out of her. Now, there's other ways to do it,
Right.
He could have asked straight out, like, so whose daughter are you? Who's your family? What clan are you from? He could have done that. But, first of all, she showed him generosity. So he's going to show her generosity. It's like, oh, I like this. There's an instant bond. Like, oh, okay, good. You know what? This girl is generous. She's going to be my master's wife, maybe. I want to get in good with her. Like, I want to be on good terms with her. So that's probably there too. But
Well, plus the fact that God answered him like that.
Yeah.
He didn't even finish talking, and
yeah,
boom, we have instant answer. That'd be great if we have it like that.
I know, right? That would be awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Verse 26, then the man bowed down his head and worshiped the Lord. And he said, blessed be the Lord God of my master Abraham, who has not forsaken his mercy and his truth toward my master. As for me being on the way, the Lord led me to the house of my master's brethren. Imagine that. So the young woman ran and told her mother's household these things.
So she gave him her pedigree. Now he's starting to give her his pedigree. He doesn't go all the way. He just says, my master's brethren's house. So she knows, okay. So from that, she probably can deduce, okay, which one of my ancestors or which one of my great uncles or whatever left the house. Oh, I heard about my grandfather's brother who left after to follow after this strange god nobody's ever heard of before that we know of. So yeah, so he's given her his pedigree, and she's like putting two and two together. So she runs home to tell everybody, not only that there's this possible thing cooking up, but there's news from your uncle, your brother from way back when.
I wonder if she's thinking that Eliezer is the one that she's going to be marrying at first.
Could be, but that's why he said, I'm here on behalf of my master. So she understands.
But even children consider their father master at times, or lord.
Yeah,
but I guess maybe the way he said it would have been.
Yeah.
So
in this circumstance, she's not okay. He's the matchmaker. Here to make a match. Yeah.
Okay. Now Rebekah had a brother whose name was Laban, And Laban ran out to the man by the well. So he's still out there by the well. So it came to pass, when he saw the nose ring and the bracelets on his sister's wrist, and when he heard the words of his sister Rebekah saying, "Thus the man spoke to me," that he went to the man, and he stood, there he stood by the camels at the well. And he said, "Come in, O blessed of the Lord. Why do you stand outside? For I have prepared the house and a place for the camels." So her brother has prepared this this place for his camels and for his men. Am I reading that correctly? I mean, that's what it sounds like.
That's what he's saying, but you know, as rich as they are,
Right.
after all, the city is named
Had it
after.
done. I can understand that.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's just met this guy. So it's probably just to be understood that means that he knows that he is a relative.
Yeah, I mean,
That he's honoring them for this type of welcoming.
yeah, he's heard his sister tell them what happened, and he's like, okay, y'all fix it up. I'm gonna go get him. Yeah, probably because his father was pretty old by now too. He's the one that goes and brings them in at like the welcoming party, saying, "I prepared it for you because my sister said so, because we understand that there's something going on here." So you know, yeah,
All right.
yeah,
Then the man came to the house, and this is Eliezer.
yeah.
Then the man came to the house, and he unloaded the camels, provided straw and feed for the camels, and water to wash his feet and the feet of the men who were with him.
So actually, this is still Lavan.
Yes, my bad.
Yeah.
Now-
But the Hebrew is a little, what's the,
Flexible?
yeah, it's not clear who it is until
Oh,
you
okay.
read the whole sentence, like he, which he.
Okay. Food was set before him to eat, but he said, "I will not eat until I have told about my errand." And he said, "Speak on." So he said, "I am Abraham's servant. The Lord has blessed my master greatly, and he has become great, and he has given him flocks and herds of silver and gold, male and female servants, and camels and donkeys. And Sarah, my master's wife, bore a son to my master when she was old, and to him he has given all that he has. Now my master made me swear, saying, You shall not take a wife from my son, from the daughters of the Canaanites, whose land I dwell. But you shall go to my father's house and to my family, and take a wife for my son. And I said to my master, Perhaps the woman will not follow me. But he said to me, The Lord before whom I walk will send his angel with you and prosper your way, and you shall take a wife for my son from my family and from my father's house. You will be clear of this oath when you arrive among my family, for if they will not give her to you, then you will be released from my oath. Yes. That's almost like Abraham knows it's going to happen. You know, he has no doubt, showing more of his faith as usual, as usual, and that he's going to find his father's house. You know, as far as we know, he's never been there. You know,
Actually, Eliezer, he might have been there. He might have.
so you think maybe if he's traveled back and forth,
Well, he might have come out of there with Abraham himself. Like when Abraham left there.
okay, well that would. I mean, if Abraham's 140 and he left at 75.
Let's say the Eliezer was a young kid then.
Well,
He might be
70 years.
might be
based
70, 80
approximately.
years old.
Okay. I was thinking he was probably more the age of his son, in my thoughts. But
yeah, I
I,
don't
mean,
think
you know, that's not a hero.
Because because he was his servant way before Isaac was even born.
Okay.
So he's obviously older than Isaac, and
Well, I still think of, we don't live to be 150 anymore.
I know that. Yeah.
So I'm still thinking, he's 75 instead of 140 or whatever, and this. But anyway.
Yeah.
That-
It does cause a
play with your
dissonance in
mind.
our mind.
Yeah. Verse 42. And this day I came to the well and said, O Lord of my master, O Lord God of my master Abraham, if you will now prosper the way in which I go, behold, I stand by the well of water, and it shall come to pass that when the virgin comes out to draw water, and I say to her, please give me a little water from your pitcher to drink. And she says to me, drink, and I will draw for your camels also. Let her be the woman whom the Lord has appointed for my master's son. I think he's kind of dropping a hint. This is the woman, because if this is what has happened by the prayer I asked God to find this certain person.
Yeah.
So I think he's giving a really big hint. Y'all need to understand. And of course, we don't know if they know who God is, which maybe like we've said, there's probably been communication somehow over the years, going back and forth of caravans, spreading word, whatnot.
Yeah. Verse 31. And he said, come in, O blessed of the Lord. The word translated Lord there is translated all caps. So it is the 4-letter tetragrammaton name of the Lord. The most holiest name of the Lord. So they knew, even if they didn't serve the Lord, they knew of him because of Abraham.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. And they greet him with that name. So they, based on what Rebecca said, they put 2 and 2 together and figured out who he was, or who in whose name he was there. And then, like you said, yeah, he's making a case. He's pleading his case now, saying, look, this is what happened. God bless him so much. He's so rich now, and he sent me over here. You see how many men I came with, and how many camels I have with, and you better believe that those camels were not carrying the men. They were carrying all the gifts and goods that they sent, because it says that all his master's wealth was in his hands. So the Jewish sages say that Abraham actually wrote a deed of sale of all his goods, or a will for all his goods, and put it all in Isaac's name now, and that he was coming with, the deed in his hand, along with the proof of what the deed was worth, and he was showing up to them. So, and he's like, yes, I'm coming from your brother's house, or your uncle's house. I'm serving him. You remember Sarah, your aunt? What would he be to Bethuel? Yeah, his aunt, because she was Haran's daughter. So yeah, it would have been his aunt. Your aunt, she's there. She was barren. Guess what? She had a child. And he's specifically saying in their old age, so that they know that it's not some fugly old man, crusty, sitting over there. And he didn't come here because he was a crusty old man. He's young. He's a little older than Rebecca, but he's still not my age. He's not your father's age. He's not Bethuel's age, because he would have been born at a regular age for his parents, where Isaac was born way later in life. So, like, and he's telling them, what the Lord did, saying, "Look, this is a match made in heaven.
Right?
Like, don't argue with me on this."
Yeah.
And we're gonna see them picking up on that later. But yeah.
Verse 45, but before I had finished speaking in my heart, there was Rebekah coming out with her pitcher on her shoulder, and she went down to the well and drew water. And I said to her, please let me drink. And she made haste and let her pitcher down from her shoulder and said, drink, and I will give your camels a drink also. So I drank, and she gave the camels a drink also. Then I asked her and said, whose daughter are you? And she said, the daughter of Bethuel, Nahor's son, whom Milcah bore to him. So I put the nose ring on her nose and the bracelets on her wrists. And I bowed my head and worshiped the Lord and blessed the Lord God of my master Abraham, who had led me in the way of the truth to take the daughter of my master's brother for his son. Now if you will deal kindly and truly with my master, tell me, and if not, tell me, that I may turn to the right hand or to the left. The story itself of the prayer to God and the answer that he got before he even finished praying should be a little light bulb over the head. Hey, I think he may be telling us the truth, and he's not really trying to buy her from us, on the underhand, so to speak. But everything that has happened, and of course Rebecca's proof of that she did that on her own, probably shines a light and says, this is all for real.
Yeah, definitely, definitely for them. Yeah, I just can't get over the fact how God is illuminating Eliezer right now. Like, just the whole chapter. It's supposed to be about Rebecca and her family, but Eliezer is the one that shines through the most. Mm-hmm. His heart, his faith, and his smarts and his wisdom. It's just but yeah, like you said, I mean, if the money ain't gonna do it for you, the testimony should. Yeah.
Then Laban and Bethuel answered and said, this is funny because now Bethuel has something to say, because we don't really hear anything about him. Answered and said, the thing comes from the Lord. We cannot speak to you either bad nor good. Here is Rebekah before you. Take her and go, and let her be your master's son's wife, as the Lord has spoken. Mm-hmm. So I didn't read ahead, of course, and that's exactly what they said. Yeah. we see what's going on here. There's no doubt. And it came to pass when Abraham's servant heard their words that he worshipped the Lord, bowing himself to the earth. Then the servant brought out jewelry of silver, jewelry of gold, and clothing, and gave them to Rebekah. He also gave precious things to her brother and to her mother. And he and the men who were with him ate and drank and stayed all night. Then they arose in the morning, and he said, send me away to my master. But her brother and her mother said, let the young woman stay with us a few days, at least 10. After that she may go. And he said to them, do not hinder me, since the Lord has prospered my ways. Send me away so that I may go to my master. So they said, we will call the young woman and ask her personally. Then they called Rebekah and said to her, will you go with this man? And she said, I will go. We had talked about this earlier. Let her stay a few days. I'll make it 10. That's a lot more than a few days. I don't know if there was any manipulation in there.
Yeah.
Because, and you had mentioned, well, they'd like to see her daughter for a little bit more because, hey, boom, this thing happened, and all of a sudden we're losing her. Like I said, it's almost losing somebody for life.
Yeah.
I think you had mentioned about they're passing away. We won't see her in our lifetime anymore. So, is there a manipulation? Maybe they're, and I don't know why they would do this because they're already rich, and now they've been giving riches, more riches. Are they pumping Eliezer for more in this?
Yeah. I mean, that's a valid question, right? It's possible. Now, 10 camels, there was food on there, there was cash on there for them to be able to restock food along the way. There was water there and whatnot. So it wasn't all a dowry and a bride's bride or anything like that. There was that, obviously. He's been giving them gifts. There was probably more gifts to give. So it could be that. But, I mean, he would have given them everything except what they needed to be able to survive the trip back. Right? He wasn't going to hold any of that anyway. So, could they have been getting greedy? I mean, looking at Lavan, what would happen in the future with him when it comes to Isaac's son, it's possible. It's possible that he was angling for more, but like you said, I think the main issue is because it's also the mother, right? Her brother and her mother said. And the idea is, she's my daughter. I'm not going to see her again. She's going to go all the way over to the land God showed Abraham. Like, Abraham never came back. Bethuel never saw his uncle. Nahor died without ever seeing his brother again. I'm never going to see my daughter again. She's going to go, and that's it. I won't even hear about how her life's going, most likely. So, give us some time. Give us at least a week and a half, like, if not more, because she says at least 10 days. But Eliezer is on a mission. He doesn't want. He wants to get back before his master dies. He wants him to see that he kept his promise, that God made his path straight, that God continued to show him favor and mercy regarding these things. So he's like, if I stay 10 days, then I might stay a month. Like, I got to get going.
Right.
I got to go. Because if it doesn't work out, if you say no, I got to go find somebody else.
So, what about her quick reaction of saying yes?
Rivka,
I'm ready to get out of this house. I'm tired of being their slave.
It could be that her brother was already a scoundrel, but we don't see that in the text yet. So maybe it's hinting at that, but maybe it's hinting at. It seems like her father doesn't speak much. It seems like the son has the reign of the house.
That's what I was going to ask you. Why isn't Bethuel even mentioned with the gifts? His son is, but he's not. and it would seem to me that the parents would be the ones you want to impress first, and then maybe the other siblings.
Yeah, I mean, when I imagine it, I see a lot of things as a movie in my head when I read. And whenever I see him, he's that old guy, crusty old guy in the corner. Tucked away in the corner, that so that he's not bothered by everybody else. Like he's like, you know,
It
and
could be a physical. Maybe he's had a stroke and he's not able to communicate
yeah,
or whatnot. But go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
and that's kind of where I was going to. Like he maybe he's just that grumpy old man in the corner, but he doesn't come across as grumpy. Maybe he's just, like you said, somebody whose health is not what it used to be, and perhaps he's the quiet, reflective type, the kind of guy that just listens before he says anything. A wise man, a wise man that knows when to keep quiet and when to speak, and that's when he speaks up, right? He says, "I've heard your story, and I concur. This is of the Lord. There's nothing more for me to say. All right, you have my blessing. You have my daughter." So he speaks where it counts. He's a man of few words, either because of his personality. I think that's part of it, or because of a failing health, and that's probably also part of it. And Lavan seems to be the kind of guy that he's stepping up to fill the void caused by his father's ailing health.
So apparently he's the oldest.
Yeah.
Or the oldest son, anyway.
Yeah. So that's the family dynamic that I'm seeing in my head when I read it. The text doesn't tell us much about it. It's just what we can sleuth out of it.